Alright guys, we are back for more of my 26th birthday special. We just played some Super Mario Galaxy 2 for the Nintendo Wii, and that was a whole lot of fun. And I currently have M-Man64 here with me.
I'm back for another round.
Oh yeah. So anyways, for our next segment, we are going to be playing Wii Party for the Nintendo Wii. So let's see what we do in this game.
As I mentioned to you before, I've never played this game before, but I've heard that it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I definitely do say this is a very fun game. Now, even though you have not played it yet yourself, man, I highly recommend that you go get it right here if you do see a copy of it in stores, but we'll just have to wait and see. But anyways, as for which mode that we're going to play in this segment, we're going to play Spin-Off. Alright, let's go to one player, and there's my me all ready to go. And we're going to have the computer players on advance for this one. Alright, we're taking on Michael, Fritz, and Ren today. It's an all-guys game. Now, we know how this works. Alright, so all of us are going to start with $500, and we'll put the bank at $500 as well. Alright, let's get right into the first round. Thank you. And, oh, not a good start right here, as we already lose $300. Alright, now it is Michael's turn. Well, it looks like he's losing $300 as well.
And everybody's losing today.
Well, it is still early, so anything can still happen. Alright, looks like Fritz is going to spend $500 for the bank. Alright, on the Ren. And it's going to be a 4-player bank battle. We're playing for $1,600 here. So let's see what our first minigame is. Goal getters. So we're basically playing some soccer here to start off. So this is a pretty simple mini game right here for how this works, man. You just basically gotta time your kick just right to get the soccer balls into the goal. And there will sometimes be a big soccer ball that comes into play as well. Oh, you missed! Yeah, that was very fitting for you to say that when one of the computer players messed up. And just like that, we win with a perfect 5 points!
There you go.
Yeah, that was too easy. So we got ourselves $1,600. Alright, so that will put me up to $1,800 right now. Let's add another $500 to the bank. And we're now on to round 2. And this time we spend $500 for the bank. Alright, let's see what Michael's gonna spend this time. $300.
Not bad.
Alright, Fritz's turn. And he spends $500 for the bank. Alright, back to Red. Looks like he also spends $500 for the bank. Alright, round 3. And it's double for the bank.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, so it's currently at $3,400 right now. And Michael just lost $300.
Oh, Michael, what are we gonna do with this?
Alright, looks like Fritz is gonna spin $300 this time. Alright, let's see how Ren does here. And he lands on 500 for the bank. Alright, round 4. And it looks like we get $300 this time.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Spend that money wisely.
Alright, Michael's gonna land on 500 for the bank right there. Alright, back to Fritz. And he gets $300.
Everyone's lucky today.
Alright, what does Ren spin here? Close to triple for the bank, but he instead loses $300. Alright, on to round 5, and now it's time to change up the wheel. So now there's a lucky chance space on the wheel right here. It'd be nice if we do get that later on, but we'll see. Alright, another $300 for me. Oh boy! Michael got the lucky chance.
Like he needed more luck.
Now Michael's got a chance of trying to win all the money in the bank, but let's see what happens. And he got it! So that's going to put Michael up to $4,000. And he has the lead for right now, but we got plenty of time to bounce back. And now we're going to add $1,000 to the bank. Alright, Fritz lands on 600 for the bank right there. Alright, time to see what happens with Ren this time. 500 for the bank. Alright, round 6. And looks like it's going to be $300.
Okay. If my banking gets better.
Alright, what is Michael going to spin here? A 4-player bank battle. So we are playing for $1,800 on this one. And let's see what our next minigame is. Smile Snap. So basically on this one, man, we have to try to take a picture at the right moment here with the most people smiling as much as possible.
Alright, I believe in you.
Let's try right here. Alright, did we win? And looks like we did with 6 points. Alright, nicely done. Alright, there's $1,800 for me. And now we're up to $4,500. And we're back in the lead by 500 right now. Alright, let's add another $1,000 to the bank. And let's see what Fritz is going to spin here. 600 for the bank. Alright, time to go to Ren. And it's going to be $300. Alright, round 7. And it looks like it's going to be 500 for the bank. Alright, Over to Michael. And it's triple for the bank this time.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, the bank is now staying at $5,400. Let's see what Fritz spends. He lost half of his money.
I know that deal, losing money in games.
Alright, anyways, now it is Ren's turn. And he lost half of his money. Yeah, this is pretty crazy. Alright, we're now on round 8 here, and it's time to change up the wheel again. Alright, we also have a slight change in the rules that we're going to go over here. The player in last place will choose the minigame for 4-player battles. It's still anybody's game. Alright, what do we land on now? Alright! Double for the bank, and now it is up to $12,400.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, a lot of money's at stake right here. We gotta make sure we be very careful out there. Alright, looks like Michael lands on a 1 versus 1 minigame, so now he's gonna challenge one of his opponents here, and if he wins, he'll get half the opponent's money. And it makes sense that he chose to challenge me since I'm the one in first place. Alright, we're playing Fruit Focus. So basically on this, we have to try to remember each location of where the fruit is. And the first player to get 3 correct will win. Alright, let's try to pay close attention here.
2, 1.
Alright, who is going first? Michael. Alright, we're trying to figure out which fruit is in spot number 5 first. Michael picks the cherries, and that's right. Alright, so now we go to me, and we gotta try to figure out which spot, or which fruit is in spot 8. I'm gonna try the cherries here. No, that is incorrect. Alright, Michael picks the apple. No, that's not it either. I'm gonna try the orange. That is right. Alright, now we're in spot number 6. Michael chooses the apple. And that's right. Alright, now we're over to spot 9. I believe that is the cherries. Yep. Alright, all comes down to the last one. Michael chooses the cherries. And that's wrong! Too bad! And I believe that it is the bananas here, from what I do know. Yes! We got it!
There you go. Fantastic.
So, since I won the mini game, we're gonna keep our money the way it is. Alright, let's head back to Fritz. And he lost half of his money.
Not a good day to beat him.
Alright, let's see what happens with Red now. Oh boy! He's got the lucky chance! I really don't feel good about this.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, spin an X! Thank you! Alright, heading to round 9. Oh, come on, stop! Oh! There goes half our money!
Man, this game is a cruel mistress.
Alright, let's see what happens with Michael. And it's going to be a 4-player bank battle. So we are playing for $14,925 on this one. We gotta make sure we try really hard to win it, but let's see what happens. And Ren gets to pick the minigame since he's in last place. Ram Jam. So this is basically a race to the finish, but there's sheep trying to get in our way here. So we gotta try to find some openings here if we want to try to get to the goal first. Come on, get out of my way! Yeah! We got it!
There you go.
That's just what I wanted to see. And we got $14,925. We're up to $17,175 now, and let's go ahead and add another $1,000 to the bank. Alright, it's back to Fritz. And he lands on $800 for the bank. Alright. Let's see what Ren's gonna spin here. $600 for the bank. Alright, now it is on to round 10. Oh, come on, get out of there! Thank you! Alright, we're gonna get $300 there. Alright, Michael lands on $800 for the bank. Alright, Fritz's turn. And he gets $300. Alright, back to Ren. And it's double for the bank. So it goes up to $5,200. And now we're going into overtime. With round 10 completed, looks like we're going into overtime. We'll play 10 more rounds until someone wins all the money in the bank. Also, the number of minus segments on the wheel has increased. Alright, let's see what happens. I definitely do appreciate the support right there. Alright, looks like it's going to be $600 for the bank. And Michael lands on $300. Alright, now it's Fritz's turn. And he lost half his money.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, time to see what happens with Ren now. $300. Alright, let's go to overtime too. $800 for the bank. Alright, back to Michael. And he's gonna land on $300. Alright, let's see what Fritz gets here. $800 for the bank. Alright, now let's go back to Ren. $800 for the bank.
Okay.
Alright, going into overtime 3 now. Oh god, I don't know! Dang it! There goes half our money right there.
Oh my goodness.
Now the bank is up to $16,326. It's literally anybody's game right now at this point. And Michael just lost half his money. Alright, $18,626 right down the bank. And Fritz lands on $800 for the bank. Alright, what's Ren gonna spin here? $600 for the bank. Now there's $20,026 in there. This is getting pretty interesting. Alright, overtime 4. And we're landing on a 4-player bank battle. So this is for $20,026. And whoever wins this minigame will win the game overall. This time Frisk gets to pick the minigame since he's in last place. Oh no! Not Lucky Launch! Now, we literally have to depend on luck on this one. A lot is riding on this, but I'm not too sure if we can even win it like this overall. But you never know. Alright, now before I get ready to start the minigame, let me just ask you right here, on which of the 4 fireworks should we pick? Should we go with the small blue one on the left, the thick green one in the second area, the yellow one in the third one, or the long purple one on the far right?
I'm a sucker for purple, so I would pick purple.
Alright, purple it is, so we'll go with that. Alright, let's hope it can bring us some good luck here.
If you lose because of my bad luck, I apologize.
But we just don't know what could happen out here, that's for sure. Alright, come on, let's hope for the best. Alright, we got a chance. Oh! Michael won! And out of all the best fireworks, it had to be the one on the far left with the small blue one.
How it happens.
I cannot believe it! So Michael's gonna win the game right here with $22,326. That is so disappointing for how he lost it. All because we had to end up with a luck-based mini-game in the end. Can you literally believe of what happened there, man, of how he lost this?
It's why you don't listen to me when it comes to luck games, because N-Man has absolutely no luck.
Yeah, everybody feels that way right here. When it comes to luck-based mini-games, you always just don't know what could happen in them. And then sure enough, we just came that close to the win. But oh well, it happens.
Yeah.
But I will still say, at least I will still say, we did a pretty good job for the most part, but it's just a shame that that last minigame in the end screwed up our chances right here on trying to win. Maybe I could have also possibly had it if I wouldn't have lost half my money there at one point in overtime right there. It's a shame that had to screw me up too.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, we tried. Alright, well anyways, that is going to do it for Wii Party for the Nintendo Wii as part of my 26th birthday special, but we still have some more games to play, and I will see you all for the next segment right after this, so stay tuned.